Most people called it the world's safest vault. It was a fortress designed to protect immense wealth. It held millions of dollars in uncut diamonds. It held millions of dollars in precious gems. Yet, in one single night, a team of thieves managed to empty it completely. Their methods were not based on high-tech gadgets. Their methods were not based on explosive force. They reportedly used simple, everyday items, things like adhesive tape, expanding foam, and even hairspray. This story sounds like something from a Hollywood movie, but it truly happened in Antwerp in February 2003, the most secure vault, defeated with simple items. Antwerp is a small, historic city located in Belgium. For centuries, it's been the undisputed center of the global diamond trade. A vast majority of the world's rough diamonds pass through its streets. Countless firms operate in its tightly packed diamond district. It's a heavily monitored zone where billions in gems are cut, polished, and traded. The Antwerp Diamond Center housed businesses and, most importantly, the vault. More than storage, it was a symbol of trust for the entire industry. Wealthy dealers, jewelers, and private investors rented safe deposit boxes there. They kept their most valuable assets inside, confident in top-tier security. Guards patrolled day and night. Cameras watched every corner, inside and out. The vault sat 2 floors below ground, behind steel and concrete. Security here wasn't for show. It was essential to business. State-of-the-art alarms, sensors, and locks. Experts said it couldn't be robbed. That confidence is what the thieves studied and exploited. Routines, placements, known sensor types. Antwerp's old streets became the stage for a modern crime. A patient team was about to expose a hidden vulnerability, using methods as clever as they were simple. It was almost unbelievable. The group behind the job was later called the School of Turin. Not a formal gang, just a loose network of specialists from Italy. A planner, an alarms expert, muscle for heavy work, many moving parts, one precise plan. At the center of the investigation, Leonardo Notarbartolo, an experienced, smooth-talking thief. His key strategy? Get inside legally, rent an office, and a safe deposit box inside the vault. The cover let him observe operations for years without suspicion. He allegedly bought blueprints. The team reportedly built a full-scale vault replica to rehearse. They tested ways to bypass every sensor they expected to meet. Every step rehearsed, quick, quiet, in the dark, not spontaneous, over 2 years of dedicated planning. The genius, the alarm expert, the monster, the heavy lifter, everyone had a role. Coordination was the critical ingredient. But they were still human. Notarbartolo would make mistakes, in planning and in covering tracks. Careful, methodical, committed, and one slip from everything collapsing. The vault was designed as a fortress, security in overlapping layers, each layer to slow, deter, and detect intruders. A guarded front door, continuous monitoring, then multiple locked doors and steel gates before the vault corridor, cameras covering halls and entryways around the clock. The door, thick reinforced steel, a complex combination, said to be 100 million possibilities, and a key lock. Heavy bolts locked it to the frame. Walls reportedly embedded with fiber optics. Drill or break them, and the alarm would trigger. Pressure sensors in the floor, heat sensors, motion detectors, tuned to subtle changes. Magnetic sensors on the door, separate them, and alerts fire instantly. All wired to an on-site station and to local police for rapid response. Inside, 160 safe deposit boxes, each with its own lock and key. Designers planned for brute force and for sophisticated hacking. Beat one layer, and another, stronger, waited behind it. The School of Turin would need to defeat all of it, one by one. On the night of February 15, 2003, the plan went live. The timing was deliberate, the weekend of the Diamond Ball when attention drifted. They gambled security would be slightly less attentive, and streets quieter. A forged key and Notarbartolo's legitimate access card got them in, without tripping initial alarms. They moved in rhythm with the guards' rounds. Near the vault, the electronic defenses came first, with surprisingly low-tech reported methods. They reportedly covered light sensors with black electrical tape, and muted motion detectors the same way. A custom aluminum shield kept magnetic contacts closed while they worked the lock. Reports say hairspray, or a similar aerosol, coated heat sensors, dampening body heat detection. With alarms quieted, the door remained, so they went around it. They'd identified a weak point in the vault room wall. Carefully, they drilled into reinforced concrete, containing noise and dust, then widened the opening by hand. They bypassed the door and closed it behind them, hidden from corridor cameras. Inside the secure zone, sensors were inert. They worked in near darkness, 160 boxes. With a specialized tool, they forced box after box. Valuables flowed into duffels, fast, precise. They chose the most valuable diamonds, leaving lesser gems and documents. Wooden poles and simple levers eased weight without tripping pressure sensors. After hours, over 100 boxes were empty. They believed they'd left little trace, or so they thought. The nearly perfect crime unraveled because of one careless act. A crew member panicked, tried to burn evidence, then dumped the bag on a highway verge. A resident found it and called police. Inside, a treasure trove of evidence. Empty pouches, discarded tools, a half-eaten sandwich, a receipt. The receipt traced to a nearby shop, and to Leonardo Notarbartolo. DNA from the sandwich, prints and DNA on items tied to the crew. Police now had a name and a face. The crew had talked too much. Italian wiretaps added corroboration. Detectives tracked Notarbartolo. His Antwerp cover story unraveled. Trash, wiretaps, and financials built an airtight case. Belgian and Italian police coordinated a sweep. Key members arrested, including the mastermind. Trials followed. Notarbartolo got 10 years. Others received long sentences. The perfect crime was solved because someone dumped garbage. The total value stolen is debated. Initial estimates topped 100 million. Some suggest it was far higher, perhaps near 400 million. Exact totals are murky. Many box holders were private individuals. Some may have underreported for taxes or for insurance. Either way, it was one of the largest diamond heists in history. Police recovered only a small portion, some with Notarbartolo at arrest. The vast majority was never found. Many believe stones hit the black market, were recut, and sold, becoming virtually untraceable worldwide. For security and insurance industries, it was a wake-up call and a forced reassessment. Institutions reevaluated protocols worldwide. The legacy is complex, and a stark warning about overconfidence. The main perpetrators were caught and jailed, but the fortune largely vanished. That gap fueled endless speculation and theories. Catching criminals doesn't always recover treasure. It's a lesson in how small errors can undo the most elaborate plans. Technology is only part of security. The thieves succeeded not with better tech, but with better understanding of people and systemic weaknesses. They didn't get away with the crime itself. If you enjoy true crime told clearly and factually, subscribe now, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Join us for more real stories behind the headlines.